patients during that time. This officer is still on the stand. He's still under oath, and state, please.
Judge, permission to urge.
Yes, you can move freely about the
Judge.
court.
Officer, we were discussing State's Exhibit 76. These were the photographs that we discussed yesterday. I'm showing you what is marked as image number 1 on State's 76. On image number 1, who is this all the way here on the left?
That's going to be Benjamin.
And the woman in the middle?
Miranda.
Who's this?
Leo.
Do you know his full name?
Leoness, I believe. Leoness.
Leoness?
Leoness.
He goes by Leo?
Yes.
And then this is who?
Brandon Jr.
Showing you image number 3. Who is this?
Benjamin.
And when does it say that this was first captured in the metadata? Can you see that?
On April 4th, 2021 at 11:31 a.m.
I'm going to show you image number 6. Who's this on the left?
Benjamin.
And what is the metadata for the capture time for image number 6?
May 16th, 2021.
Showing you image number 7. Who's this in the foreground of image number 7?
Leo.
And who's this in the background?
Benjamin.
And when does the metadata say that this was captured?
May 23rd, 2021.
Showing you image number 9. Who is this that's visible in image number 9?
Benjamin.
And what's the capture time associated with that image?
June 4th, 2021.
Showing you image number 13. Who is this on the left of image 13?
Benjamin.
And in the center?
Brandon Jr.
And over here?
Leo.
And this?
I don't recall the baby's name.
But whose child is this?
Miranda and Benjamin. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon.
Officer Gonzalez, I'm going to have you take the microphone and move it to the other side.
Yeah, just make sure you're right.
Yeah. Sorry. Can you hear?
Yes, thank you.
I'm showing you, oh, I'm sorry, for image 13, what is the capture time associated in metadata?
June 17th, 2021.
Showing you image 14. Who's visible in that image?
Benjamin.
And what's the capture time?
June 21st, 2021.
Showing you image number 17. Who's this here on the left?
Benjamin.
And in the middle?
Leo.
And over here on the right?
I don't know who that is.
Was she present at the apartment when you were there?
She was.
Do you have some idea of who she might be?
I think she's a relative of Miranda.
And what is the capture date associated with that image?
July 24th, 2021.
Showing you image 18. Who's this on the right in image 18?
Benjamin.
And on the left?
Leo.
And what's the capture date associated with that?
July 26th, 2021.
Showing you image 20. Who's depicted in image 20?
Benjamin.
And what is the capture date associated with image 20?
July 30th, 2021.
Showing you image 21. Who is that in image 21?
Benjamin.
And what's the associated capture time?
July 31st, 2021.
I'm sorry, this is image 22 that I'm showing you. I don't know where it went. Who's that?
Benjamin.
What's the date associated?
August 1st, 2021.
Image 23. Who's that?
Benjamin.
What's the date associated with in the metadata for the capture time?
August 3rd, 2021.
Showing you image 26. Who's this over here on the left of image 26?
Leo.
Who's over here on the right?
Brandon Jr.
And in the middle?
Benjamin.
And what's the capture date associated with that?
August 14th, 2021.
Image 27. Who's that?
Benjamin.
And what's the capture time associated with that?
August 14th, 2021.
Image 28. Who's that?
Benjamin.
What's the capture date associated?
August 14th, 2021.
Showing you image 30. Who's that?
Benjamin.
What's this? It's here, just under his head in the picture.
Collarbone.
What's the date associated with that image?
August 14th, 2021.
Do you recall the date that Benjamin Cervera died?
August 20th, or was it? I'm confusing with the. I don't recall at this time.
So, I want to talk to you about your response to the Eisenhower Department on July the 20th. Do you recall the SAPD report number associated with that dispatch?
No, sir.
Would it refresh your recollection of the case number to, I'm sorry, did you write a report in association with that dispatch?
Yes, sir.
And would it refresh your memory as to the case number if you were to review a copy of the report?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I have here what has been previously marked in tender defense as State's Exhibit 82. Officer, do you recognize State's Exhibit 82?
Yes, sir.
And what is it?
My report, sir.
And what is the date associated with that report?
July 20th, 2021.
And what is the SAPD case number?
SAPD 2113-9946.
And what is on the report, what persons do you list as gathering contact information for?
From Brandon Cervera and Miranda.
So Brandon Cervera, there's two Brandon Cerveras, right?
Brandon Sr. and Brandon Jr.
You spoke to both of them?
Correct.
But you didn't obtain Brandon Jr.'s specific contact information, would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
So those numbers that are listed for Brandon Jr., those aren't his independent cell numbers?
Correct.
How is it that you get the contact information that you enter on your report?
When I arrive, I interview all the parties involved, and I document the information that I gather from them.
So they give you the contact information that you associate with them, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to tell me for the defendant, Brandon Cervera, what contact information did he give you as his phone number?
Just 1 second. Can the parties approach, please?
We're going to get back to that.
Your Honor, just 1 second. It's been resolved?
I think it is a moot point.
Okay, then go for it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to ask you again, what was the contact number that the defendant gave you when you spoke to him that night?
The phone number listed here is 210-739-2624.
And what is it designated as in your report?
The primary cell phone.
Primary what?
Primary cell phone.
Okay. And there are other numbers there also, right?
Correct.
But what are those designated as?
Work and others.
And other?
Correct.
I want to discuss with you your responsibilities as a peace officer. So obviously there's a distinction, right, between being a peace officer and being a member of SAPD. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have different responsibilities that are kind of overlapping in many areas.
Yes, sir.
So, for example, as a peace officer, what would you do if Deputy Abe looked at the warrant system and told you that I had a warrant for my arrest, active right now?
I would make the arrest, sir.
I mean, but I'm in the middle of trial, like I'm doing something.
Right. Well, we have the discretion on waiting if need be, but the arrest would be made.
You wouldn't be able to just let me go.
Correct.
I couldn't just leave the courthouse.
Right.
How does that compare to, like, for example, police reports? What are your responsibilities as a peace officer regarding police reports?
So in any situation where we're called, we arrive, we investigate, we interview, we do documentation, and if we feel that there's an offense that's been committed, we complete a police report. In some cases, we would have to call a follow-up unit, and if there's an effective arrest that needs to be made, or a follow-up unit needs to be contacted.
Okay. But again, see, and this is why I'm trying to make the distinctions about what responsibilities stem from which obligation that you're under. Is that some of the things you just said, are those SAPD policies or are those requirements of all peace officers?
I would say both.
Right. So, like, for example, you take an oath, do you not, that you're not allowed to fabricate any evidence, right? That's part of being a peace officer.
Correct. Yes, sir.
So, what is a breach of the peace as a peace officer?
Any criminal act that breaches the peace of the public.
Okay. And so, you as a police officer, when you see a breach of the peace, what are your responsibilities?
I'm going to object to all this.
Judge, I'm trying to establish the difference between the responsibilities of probable cause in making an arrest versus the community caretaking function.
Okay, I'll give you some leeway to do that.
Thank you, Judge.
So respectfully, the objection is overruled.
Are all of the calls that you respond to because there is a suspected crime that is occurring?
No, only if we have probable cause to make the arrest. In some situation where we get a call and they said in the details of our call, it says that maybe a possible crime has been committed. We get there to investigate, and if we have probable cause to make the arrest or to complete an offense report, we'll do so at that time.
But sometimes you're dispatched and there's no indication on the dispatch that there is a crime that's occurred, right?
Correct.
So what kind of circumstances might those be?
Whether for like an accident, a mental health related type call, disturbance.
So these are things that you as a police officer, you want to go investigate, but you don't necessarily think there's a crime committed from the information.
Right.
Okay. So when you're responding that night, July the 20th, to 3031 Eisenhower Road, which capacity is that in?
Again, the call that we're getting is for the welfare checks. They're going to check the well-being of Benjamin to see if he's at any risk. Okay. So at that point, there's really, I didn't have anything other than going to go check the welfare of him, with his well-being.
Okay. So in doing that, how does that procedure work for you as a patrol officer, doing the welfare check?
Yeah, so when we get there, again, we investigate by interviewing all parties and document.
So you said you interview all parties, right?
Right.
I mean, you wouldn't do a welfare check-in, not make contact with the person.
Right, that we're doing the welfare check on, correct.
Okay, so that's really kind of the first objective, right?
Right.
Make sure the person is in fact okay.
Correct.
Okay. And then from there, what happens?
I try to determine whether or not there's a crime that's been committed after interviewing the parties involved.
So, when you were there that night,
He's okay. And
what about any other SAPD? Was there any SAPD? You had mentioned yesterday that your partner was there. Who's that?
Andre Taylor.
Okay. Were there any other officers or sergeants or detectives in this?
There's a detective that I requested to come out to take photos of Benjamin. Detective Patrick Hill.
Okay. And so you just said that Detective Hill took photographs. What did he take photographs of?
Benjamin in the apartment.
Okay. And that was the same night?
Yes, sir.
I have here what has been previously marked and tendered to the defense as States Exhibits 83 through 96. Please look through States Exhibits 83 through 96 and let me know if you recognize them.
Yes, sir.
And what are they?
Photos of the apartment and photos of Benjamin. Photos of the locking mechanisms that were on the refrigerator and then the cabinets of the kitchen.
And are these a fair and accurate representation of Benjamin and those items in the apartment that you just described, as you saw them?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time we would offer States Exhibits 83 through 96.
And no objection.
States Exhibit 83 through 96 inclusive are admitted and will be published.
Okay. Your Honor, just a running objection as to limiting instruction.
Yes, ma'am. Did you?
I don't need it read.
Okay.
I'm just,
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Showing you States 83. What's visible in States 83?
That's the refrigerator, and then, like I said, the locking mechanism that they had.
So it's kind of these buckles.
Yes, on the outside.
And in States 84?
He captured the inside of the refrigerator and the freezer
Now, why did he take pictures of the inside of the refrigerator and freezer?
to show that there's food inside.
And that's what's in States 85, is that right?
Yes, sir.
States 86?
That's the kitchen.
And what's shown in States 87?
Yeah, that's the kitchen, and there's a camera there.
In States 88?
Again, those are the locks that were placed on the kitchen cabinet pantry.
And 89?
He took it from the living room, and that's the hallway that feeds into the bedrooms and kitchen.
Okay, who's that in the mirror? Can you tell? Can you need me to show you? Can you tell?
Yes, that's Officer Taylor.
Okay, so he was in the apartment for part of this?
Yes, sir.
Most of it, in fact.
Yes, sir.
What is this here in the hallway?
A gate.
And what is the room that is just past the gate?
That's Benjamin and Brandon's room.
And in States 90, so this is the same family member of Miranda that you described, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And this is her?
I think that's Benjamin's room. I can tell from that photo. But I believe that's Benjamin's room, yes.
If I showed you States 91, who is that?
Yes, that's Benjamin's room, and that's Brandon Jr.
Okay. States 92.
Yes, that's still Benjamin and Brandon's room.
So who is this in States 95?
Leo,
And what is that he's in?
a bed.
Can you describe the bed for me?
It's a small toddler bed that's sitting on the ground. With
What's
Mickey
this?
Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, right?
Right.
States 94. Who is that?
That's Benjamin.
I mean, what is this that you can see here?
His bones.
You see some bones.
Great.
States 95. I'm sorry.
Benjamin.
And in States 96.
And Benjamin.
So on July the 20th, were you equipped with a body-worn camera?
Yes, sir.
And who is responsible for operating your body-worn camera?
I am.
And is that a device that is capable of making an accurate audio and visual recording?
Yes, sir.
Was it operating that night?
Yes, sir.
I have here what has been previously tendered to the defense, that State's Exhibits 97 through 100. Which have been admitted by previous court.
Your Honor, no objection. Subject to the instruction.
States Exhibit 97 through 100 inclusive are admitted. Your instruction, or I'm sorry, your objection is noted. Ms. Lawyers. They may be published.
Thank you, Your Honor. Publishing States Exhibit 97.
Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa? What day did y'all take him?
Not because I was about the ear. I took him for the ear.
Okay, but in regards to the eyes, I had to take him.
No, I was going to take him tomorrow.
So we can put ice pack on his eyes and they got it better. You're saying that happened 3 days ago? Yeah.
And she just gave me a call saying, like, she had to give me a call, and I'm like, I'm trying my best I can. I have other kids. I've been taking him to school, running from the shower, and like, just came off to me and moved away, and like,
Who's that?
that one, which is his mom. Yeah, and it's hard for me to make them appointments because I don't have any association with my mom. Like, I lost full contact with her. I used to have her number and call her, and she just, and I called her to work, and they told me that she don't work there, so it's hard for me to make appointments. I don't have their medical records. He tried to call, And he can't do nothing about it because they come on his consent. That's what they told him. And
You as dad can't.
I can't because they have her. I don't know. I already tried it so many times. I tried putting him under a new position and I can't because it's under Erica Floyd and I need her information. What's her security number? I don't know where she lives. I cut her off because he was getting abused by her boyfriend that she's with still. I went to jail. I was supposed to go to court for that, but something happened with us that I couldn't even go to that court and COVID as well.
Okay, so the incident with the eye.
Yes.
This happened either Saturday or Sunday, and
Yes.
I picture when. So you're saying he went to the inside the closet and started poking at his eyes.
because he has his bed, they all have the basement, and he'll go and sleep in the closet, and we'll find him in the closet. And I've already found him where he's poking his ears with toys, and and where he took all those toys away, and somehow he still manages to find other stuff. And we're like, you can't do that because when this is gonna happen, and
This is
you're gonna hurt
what I said was
yourself.
gonna happen.
You're gonna hurt yourself, and you cannot be doing this. And
So then when y'all woke up and he already had these injuries like that?
Yes, no.
like his eyes were super swollen, and
First thing I had to do was get ice pack and put it on
my eyes
the
back on him, and they're already getting
They're
better.
not swollen anymore. They were worse than that.
And she said that, oh, we're starving him, and he's obviously not starved. He's getting water.
We don't know yet. We're waiting to go to
And I
a
think,
specialist to get him seen for that. I don't really want to see that's another issue.
yes, what?
No, yeah, no.
Behavioral? Yeah, in August they have a behavioral, it's called, behavioral counseling in Sonoma. I'll give you what that is.
So he doesn't have like autism or anything like that?
Oh, he doesn't like.
So he functions well?
I just feel like it happened from due to a data that passed with my ex, and I feel like he has matches of it. I have no idea because I don't know. He was really bad when I first got him. I still have pictures of his bed when I first got him.
It's right here.
That's why I gotta be cursing.
Yeah, you gotta be.
That's where you try to take
Yeah.
for what?
Okay, you'll see that see if they can talk to him and ask him why. Because we tried to talk to him so many times. He tried to talk to him one by one, like one-on-one. I tried to talk to him one-on-one and tell him, hey, you have right, you cannot be hurting yourself. You can, why you act it up? And he doesn't, well, he has a little bit, he's kind of slow because he just answers it because when we tell him, can you answer us with a different question, he just says because.
How is it?
He's going to fight in September. I don't know.
What was Benjamin just saying? Stopping the video for the record at 8 minutes, 23 seconds.
He was asking his father for food, or for,
What specifically?
I can catch it.
We'll play it again. Publishing from
How is it?
Publishing from 8/18.
We're going to fight in September. I don't know.
When I first got him.
It's right here.
How is it?
We're going to fight in September.
When I first got him.
It's right here.
That's why I gotta be cursing.
Yeah, you gotta be.
That's where you try to take for what?
Okay, you'll see if they can talk to him and ask him why. Because we tried to talk to him so many times. He tried to talk to him one by one, like one-on-one. I tried to talk to him one-on-one and tell him, hey, you have right, you cannot be hurting yourself. You can, why you act it up? And he doesn't, well, he has a little bit, he's kind of slow because he just,
Do you hear what he said?
I can't hear it.
Okay. I'm going to resume from 8/18.
How is it?
he's going to fight in September. I don't know.
Make sure everything from the ears and everything's all right, right?
Yeah, and he has an ear, Dr. Sue back tape him to. They were kind of I took him there and he.
And what is that ear? Is that ear infection?
No, not ear infection. He pulled his ear in Canada
When did that happen?
months ago, and he's scratching it on his sleeve. It's him being my son Leo and my daughter. Right, and then
Yeah, I got 4 kids.
more about the.
That's our sister.
Oh, that's his sister. No, she comes and helps him.
So what was that Benjamin just asked? Stopping the video at 9 minutes, 24 seconds.
If you can have animal crackers.
And when he went into the kitchen, what did Benjamin do?
It looked like he was looking around for food.
And what did the defendant do?
Kind of guided him back and
Because COVID and they don't let the kids in and have appointments and stuff like that, so she just comes over once in a while.
That's
You ever used to?
Yeah.
So it's pausing at 9:38. What did Benjamin just say?
Very good.
Starting at 9 minutes.
It's, him, me, my son Leo, and my our daughter, right? And then, more about the,
That's our sister.
oh, that's our sister.
She's
No, she comes and helps me because like, you know, COVID and they don't let the kids in when I have appointments and stuff like that, so she just comes and helps me once in a while.
You ever used to?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear what he said?
He's asking him for something, but I can't.
Does it sound like animal crackers to you?
I believe so again.
So we're stopping the video. This is at 9 minutes and 38 seconds. Would it be fair to say that at this point, Benjamin Cervera has asked for food no less than 4 times?
Yes, sir.
Or is there any word now?
I do have one of them that's put up in my closet.
Where's your idea?
It's in my wallet, it's on my dresser.
They have an idea.
You want to have a phone?
Yeah, that's fine. And the other son, Brandon, he's taking a shower right now.
How is he?
He's gonna be 10.
What was that?
He was in the room with that.
It's, but it has like a whole, it's not damaged, but it has like a scratch over it. Yeah.
Is he taking anything for that?
No.
They gave me ear cuffs, and those were used for 7 days, and then they're gonna get seen, I believe it's in like the end of September. I'm trying to find the cuffs that I go to.
Brandon, come here. Wait right now, okay, just hold on.
So stopping at 11:22. What did Benjamin just say?
Dad, can I have animal crackers?
And what was the defendant's response?
We'll wait.
The cops, see,
This is Brian.
Come on, Benji. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Is everything okay?
I'm just gonna go to school. Some kids, some school kids.
Did you eat dinner yet? Did you eat dinner yet? Not yet? You have any?
But that's alright. I'm not even hungry because I'm full of eating. That's full eating up for cereals because all that cheese for it.
Hey, that's what was the last time you ate?
Yeah, I'm eating French toast during that. And whatever.
let's deal.
Can I get
Yeah,
everything?
go to the, yes. Go to the,
Stopping at 12:44. Down here in the bottom left corner, get that to go away. How did Benjamin appear to you when you saw him?
He had visible injuries, a lot of bruising on his eyes and bruising on his torso. He was skinny.
What indicated to you he was skinny?
Just being able to see like his bones.
Which bones could you see? Can you see his ribcage here?
Yeah.
So, at this point, you're here to conduct a welfare check on Benjamin and Brandon, right?
Yes, sir.
And you just spoke to Brandon, you've spoken kind of intermittently to Benjamin. Did you ever speak to them outside the presence of the parents?
No.
your partner said on the video that EMS was requested to come out, is that right?
Yes, sir.
In fact, much of it's on the video, is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
What did EMS do when they arrived?
When EMS arrived, they checked Benjamin's vitals. Take him to the hospital just to come check their well-being and see if they might need need more urgent care to be taken to the hospital.
So EMS saw him and they said that we don't need to take him to the emergency room.
Correct.
Okay. I know you're in the apartment for over half an hour. After that, what are your responsibilities based on the information that you have at the time?
At that point, it was, it's to contact our follow-up unit and let them know basically what I've gathered at that point.
Because, I mean, like you didn't know before you arrived on scene that you would observe any injuries on Benjamin Cervera, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And so, when you are, okay, you said that you had to contact follow-up, or you decided to contact follow-up.
Yes, sir.
Who did you contact?
Our night CID detective.
And what is the purpose of conferring with the night CID detective? Actually, I don't think that the jury's had the night CID division explain to them. Can you please explain to the jury what night CID is?
Our night CID is our criminal investigative detective that works overnight. We'll contact them in the event of any kind of a felony offense that might have been committed, or we believe that might have been committed, and ask for their advice to to go further on from there.
Okay, so how does that comply with sort of what you as a patrol officer are supposed to do responding to a welfare check of a child?
How does that comply?
Yeah. Is that what you're supposed to do in that circumstance?
Yes, sir.
Don't want to go into what the detective, and you talked about specifically what he told you, but after the conversation on the case with the detective, what did the detective instruct you to do?
To notify CPS, which in any situation like this, CPS is normally called. So I notified CPS, and then he advised me to do what we call an information report. It's either going to be an information report or an offense report where we believe a crime has possibly been committed to be investigated on a later date. But at that time, he advised me to do what we call an information report.
So when you say you refer to CPS, I mean, do they conduct an independent investigation?
Yes, they do.
What about after you've done all of that? Was there anything else that you did on the 20th? Like after you made those referrals and wrote that report?
I notified the caller. The caller wanted to be contacted in regards to the outcome of the welfare check, so I called them back to notify them of my findings.
And that, at least your portion of that conversation is captured on body-worn cameras?
Yes, sir.
So was that the same family member who placed the initial call?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 98. I'm going to start at 30 seconds when the audio begins.
This is Officer Bennett with San Antonio Police Department. I was looking for a girl. I was calling you back in regards to the welfare check. So you requested we called you back. Do you have any questions or?
3621, speaking up, but nothing further.
Yeah, so based off everything, we observed, obviously we did see Benjamin with injuries, and we're going based off what, obviously they're telling us and the things that they've put in place. I ran everything by our detective, and at this point what we're doing is an information report. I've notified CPS as well, who are going to open up an investigation. And that's it. As far as the other kids that seem to be fine and healthy, there's no injuries on them. It's just really with Benjamin. And in the past, from my experience, I've seen it to where kids like that have caused injury themselves with, they display early signs of autism. I don't know, maybe that's something that he might have. They said they've set up an appointment to have him go see a counseling specialist or behavioral specialist. So they put things into place, and then the way that, I guess, the apartment is neat, it's not dirty. The refrigerator is full of food. So we've been concerned of them being, malnourished or anything like that. We had EMS come out, check Benjamin. His vitals were okay. So like I said, all the information that I just explained to you, of course, is a little bit more detailed with the detectives, but at this point, we're just doing an information report at this point.
Okay, so you're explaining to family member kind of what, is that a fair summary of your investigation that you just gave her?
Yes, sir.
Now, you had said that you don't know, but that maybe there could be some autism going on.
Correct.
You're not actually, you don't have the training and experience to diagnose somebody with autism, right?
Correct.
But you had said something about, from your experience, it was possible that those injuries were inflicted by Benjamin himself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's kind of one of the reasons why it's an informational report, right?
Correct.
Because we can't identify what the source of those injuries are.
Right.
So, you had said that, the house is full of food. Does that mean that everyone's getting fed?
No, sir.
Does it mean everyone's getting fed the same?
No, sir.
Would you say that all of the children appear equally nourished?
Yes, because that's the first time I'm seeing them. Yes, sir.
Okay. Did any of them appear skinnier than the others?
I would say Benjamin.
You said it didn't look to you like it was signs of malnourishment, right?
Correct.
How many people have you seen with malnourishment?
In my 11 years at that time, that was the first time I've, knowing what I know after the fact, that I've seen.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to hearsay and speculation.
I don't know what part is hearsay. You're asking the objection for speculation that he's speculating as to what a
What
malnourished
he knows,
person.
or he has no personal knowledge of what has actually happened to Benji. It could have only come from something he's heard from someone else's narrative.
Understood. That's sustained.
Yes, Judge, that's exactly what we're trying to establish. So you yourself, you're not a pediatrician, right?
Correct.
You're not a specialist in starvation or malnutrition.
Correct.
So you have to go on what you have from your training experience.
Correct.
So I want to talk about kind of your overall investigation. How would you grade yourself?
Like I testified before, I believe I could have done more, or I wish I could have done more. Whether it had been pushing CPS to do, because sometimes there's a situation.
Your Honor, this calls, again, what he says he could have done more, and CPS, it calls for stuff that's outside information, and he's speculating. He had all of the data at the time, and he did.
I'm going to decide on
Go ahead, Your Honor, the fact that at this time he's trying to say what he would have done different is based off of his conceived notion and speculation as to what other people believed happened, not what he knows.
The objection is sustained.
So you questioned Benjamin in front of his father and stepmother, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that in compliance with SAPD policy of how you're supposed to question potential
I
complainants?
should have separated them from the parents and questioned them individually. I felt on my part on that.
What about with Brandon?
The same. I felt to remove them from the parents and question them individually.
And I mean, do you as a peace officer have the authority to push for something more than you did? Or is this something where the detective tells you what you were going to do?
Yes, I could push for more, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And in this case, is that what you mean when you're describing about trying to get
And
to the
again,
hospital?
objection, Your Honor, it's taking information that he has no personal knowledge of and trying to get a response.
Sustained.
You saw those photos, image number 28 on 6676 from August the 14th, almost a month after you saw him.
Yes, sir.
Did it appear to you that he had gained or lost weight?
He looked slim, yes, sir. He didn't gain weight, that's for sure.
And compare those to when you saw him. I mean, you saw photos that were from March and April, right?
Yes, sir.
Compared to the photos in March and April, how did he appear when you saw him?
And Your Honor, again, he is not qualified to speak to, like, he wasn't there at the image. I mean, I don't think it's appropriate for him to be speculating or comparing. He didn't know him at the time. And these images, that's the province of the jury to compare the evidence, not his.
What is the relevance of what this officer believes as far as the way he looks versus the way he looked in previous photos?
Yeah, Judge, I think we should, can we approach? Sure. Pass the witness.
Ms. Sawyers.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes, ma'am. You have permission to move freely about the court.
I'm sorry. I'm going to start with the state stopped the video at 2 minutes 59 seconds, and we are on exhibit number 98.
Yeah.
I'm going to restart the video and allow you to hear the rest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can't speak on that. I mean, that's basically the story that they gave us, is that the injuries that we observed on him were caused by basically Benjamin. So, I mean, also, I mean, Brandon also says the same thing. The little kid, the little 9-year-old, says, I mean, that Benjamin does it to himself. I mean, obviously we're not there, so we don't know, but he did like have these little bite marks on his fingers, which look consistent to him biting himself. So we asked him how he did it, how he got those injuries on his fingers, and he said it was from him biting himself. And the teeth marks on it are small and they're consistent with his mouth, where it would seem like it was him that bit himself. Correct, yes. I gave you a case number for my case, and I'll give the CPS if you'd like. No. So I already called CPS, I already got off the phone with them, but I was saying right now, I could give you my case number, and then I could also give you the case number that CPS gave me, if you'd like. Okay, so the case number for my report is going to be SAP 21 13 9946. 139946. And then again, my last name is Perez, Perez, and my badge number is 1688. And then the number to my substation is 210-207-8126. And then the case number for CPS is going to be, are you ready? Okay, so CPS case number is 75027733. Yes. That I don't know. They prioritize everything. I don't know how they going out there. So, like I said, I mean, we've done everything on our part at this point. Yeah. And being, I mean, obviously, if you see him, I think anybody would be concerned. what I guess gives us a peace of mind is none of the other kids are injured and how they're still clean, they're willing, they're complying with us, they allowed us to come in, they allowed us to speak with the kid. They weren't trying to hide from us, which is, I guess a good sign. And then, based off what the detective was saying, he said it's not unusual for if a kid has like autism or for them to cause injuries to themselves like that. So, and that's what they're claiming that is doing. So that he's doing it to himself. Okay. Well, that obviously that's something that he would have to go to the hospital for. But as far as EMS, they come out, they obviously just all they can do is check his vitals. They said his vitals appear are normal. There's nothing wrong with them. As far as internal bleeding, we would have known this. He actually went to the hospital. Okay, no problem. But okay. But real quick, can you share? That's it. Let's keep on this report. What's your last name now? Or and your date of birth?
I'm just going to fast forward over the date of birth, and I'm going to start it back at 7.
You're Brandon's sister, or?
55.
Okay. Okay. No, we thought it was anonymous. If you want to stay anonymous, I'll just word it that way in my report. Okay. Yeah, I forgot who he said. He said such and such call, but I don't remember who he said when we first opened the door. Maybe, I don't remember. But we told her that it was an anonymous caller concerning the welfare of Brandon and Benjamin. And then we just went from there. Like I said, they were compliant. They weren't being argumentative at all. So, no problem. Okay, bye.
All right, and at this time I'm stopping the video with 7 seconds left. Would you agree that you just hang up the phone and
Yes, sir.
that's the end of the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you stated earlier that you did not interview the children separately, is that correct?
Separate from the parents, correct.
But you said that there's someone else there by the last name of Hale.
Detective Hill?
And he was a detective?
Yes.
Okay. And does a detective outrank your, what are you an officer?
An officer.
Patrol
yes.
officer?
Yes, a detective's higher ranked than a patrol officer, correct.
And so they have more experience in, are they considered to have more experience? Are we more qualified?
It's just a higher rank.
Do they have to do anything special to become a detective?
So they have to take a test.
So maybe they have more training? Would that be fair?
They just take a test to get that higher rank position.
And I'm playing for you, States Exhibit 100. And before I started, will be verified that States Exhibit 100 is Officer Patrick Hale's body-worn camera footage.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's exactly that, yes.
I'm gonna fast forward to minute 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
Marley Ruiz.
Right. did. And when we eat our food, she just like, okay, eat it right.
The little baby?
Yeah, she was
The little baby too?
she just like,
What's up, buddy?
Yes, sir.
What are the other kids? You live here as well?
Yes.
Let's hear something.
Leonidas,
Can you spell it?
Leonidas,
And his last name?
Solis, Solis.
What's the date of birth?
August 18th.
Fast forward just briefly through the date of birth.
He was doing great. He just started feeling he had flashbacks because I had a situation with his biological mom where her boyfriend was abusing him. Erica Flores. It's 092292. What was the last time you said? Oh crap! A year ago? Yeah. Erica with a C or T? Oh, with a C.
And you would agree with me, I'm stopping the video at 6:19, that that is you standing in the picture frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that your body worn camera now is overlapping with Officer Hale's
Correct.
in time.
Awesome. Street, so.
I really don't know. I just know the gas station that she used to work at. That's it. Because I've just been trying to keep away from her. I don't want her to have contact with him. I wish I was there. Well, because she took them away from me. She never let me have them. She made me out of their lives. That's when my father had gotten a hold of them and gone back to me. And when I got a hold of him, I had pictures of him and he was being abused by him. He had scars on his back, burned a cigarette burnout on him. And I did. I had to work. I went to work for it. And then when COVID hit, they said that we weren't taking any cases for it now. I had to find it. But I remember this.
Okay, I'm stopping at 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Would you agree with me that Detective Hale pulls Brandon Jr. aside?
Yes.
And he talks to Brandon Jr.?
Correct.
Miss? Sorry, Susan.
Burned a cigarette burnout on him. And I did. I had to work. I went to work for it. And then when COVID hit, they said that we weren't taking any cases for it now. I had to find it. But I remember this. I definitely did. Like, there was a cop searching for her.
Okay, did you hear Brandon Jr. said he was poking at his eyes?
Yes.
When Detective Hale asked him what happened to Benji's eyes?
Correct.
Okay.
You come over here? Is it okay if we take that camera? Is that okay with you, sir? Just one second. You like standing up here? That's your arms? Turn. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come here. Open this up really quick. If you turn, buddy. You going this way? Hold on, buddy. Just keep turning. Keep turning. Right there. Keep turning, buddy. Keep turning. Turn it. Keep turning. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm stopping it at 8:41. Do you see a lady who is now on the screen? Or she stepped off, but she was just on the screen. Do you see that
Yes.
lady? And she's with EMS?
Yes.
Okay. Looking straight over here. And you're poking your eyes and you read this on the whatever's on there. It seems to be on the outside. Look up there. Have you taken them to the doctor for this first test?
Yes, we did.
No, not the eye yet.
Oh, no, yeah, no, not the eyes, just the ears, sorry. But we just been putting ice pack on his eyes.
Huh?
Yeah, the doctor's
Can you put these on the garnish list? Because this,
When did you take him to the doctor? Thank you, buddy.
For the ears?
Ears, I took him to and he's seen a specialist, for his ears.
So you see a specialist first?
Yes. And, I was gonna take him tomorrow.
Did they give you any medication for it?
Yes, they gave me ear drops, but that was used for 7 days, and then they're gonna see him back at,
We got
I
a second thing.
believe it's at the end of September. Because I know that he said that he had a lot of, dry blood in his ear, and they wanted to see if it would come out and.
He's got bruising in his arm, so
Where he's already, like I have, next month on the 27th, he has a behavioral class. Because he's always hitting his head on the ground.
Did CPS get involved with this?
No.
I'm stopping it at 10 minutes and 30 seconds in. Now, would you agree with me that Detective Hale was not present when Miranda initially told you all about the doctor's appointments that were scheduled?
Correct.
So she's having to tell a second person.
Yes.
So who was assigned to the behavioral class?
I did. I made the appointment and, I have it on.
Thank you.
but, she signed up for, yeah, I don't know, vaccination. But, yeah, yeah.
Are you okay?
Is it a clinic?
It's a counseling and behavioral center. Yeah, no, he already has an appointment. Yeah. I tried to make it earlier, but they said that they were all booked and that the earliest they have is August 27th. And he has an appointment. And he also has an appointment in September to go see the doctor. And I tried to make it earlier. I already called them, yes, to see if,
You have the current physician with you?
yes, to like have a checkup with him.
You know, you have that information?
It's a little buddy and so.
Yeah, this is the little buddies that we always talk with.
And did you just hear Brandon Jr. say that Little Buddies is the one we always go to?
Yes.
Okay, and Little Buddies is a doctor
Yes. Wait, so the doctor's office?
that Miranda is saying she's been trying to make appointments with.
Correct.
Do you know the name of the doctor?
Lucas,
You know, so they
yes, they eat French toast. That was around like 5:30.
Husband, wife?
Yeah.
Married? But you consider yourself married? Yeah. Okay. And then you said you're the father to?
And my little girl.
And if he...
He's mine.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm gonna be
You sure?
And he is,
Have we scanned?
he's
Here, do it one more time. Have we scanned the Joe? One more time. One in the room, hold still.
the baby.
Yeah, can you show us now? No, you're right there, buddy.
Hi.
He's been in child care first. And how are you related?
Sister to my Miranda.
Your what, sister?
I'm her sister.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You got a nice setup there.
This is
You watch
over.
cartoons?
I
Oh,
love sensory videos for the baby.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know that?
She can recover.
I need sensory vision myself. And you know that?
This one.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, at 13:04, the Detective Hale's video shows that there's a calendar on the wall, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and photos were taken, and it captures this calendar, correct?
I believe so. I'm not too sure what photos he took.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the photos of that time period, there were photos taken that day.
Correct.
I need sensory vision myself.
She's trying to talk.
I'm just trying to hear this right. Your daddy to baby? See baby?
This one.
This guy here? And that guy here. And this is your So they do this with him? And your sister lives with you?
No, she just stays here when telling me with appointments and stuff.
Is it okay if I look in your picture?
Yes.
I just come over CPS.
Mother managed to put it over in the kitchen and take out late at night.
You wanna go there?
When we're asleep.
And I'm gonna stop it at 14 minutes, 51 seconds. Did you see the locks on the cabinets?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you agree with me that your arrival at 3031 Eisenhower Road, apartment number 1, on July 20th, 2021 was unannounced, right? They didn't know you were coming.
They didn't know I was going to occur.
Okay. And so when you come into the apartment, you can see that all of the cabinets none of them are locked up, even though they have locking mechanisms, correct?
Correct.
And at this stage in the video, at 15 minutes and 50 seconds, you are conferring with Detective Hale and EMS.
Yes, ma'am. We're just discussing about what we have there, what we've observed up at step 1.
Okay, I'm stopping it at 17 minutes and 13 seconds. Can you tell me, in addition to the female EMS, are there 3 other EMS there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
First it started off, he's, then we find in September. First it started off with him peeing in his underwear. It wasn't right. It was him peeing in his underwear. Every time we were trying to go out something, he peed on. He wanted to say that he has underwear on right now, so we just put underwear on. Because we're trying to, we told him he was going to school, and that he needs to be in underwear. It started with him peeing on himself and pooping on himself, so that's why we put him in diapers. And then it went on to him hitting his head and telling me that, talking back, and he's not listening. And this, okay, we were there and then right peeing on himself, and then that's over on him. And then April.
You moved in March this year?
Yes.
Okay, and this is when you say you started.
And then because April, being like, how would you say it?
What do you best call it, or best you can define it?
Went from them talking back to both of us.
Talking back to both of you, that
This was back in April.
March, April.
April.
And you, how you had it in March?
Nothing. Just him peeing on himself. It started with that.
March was good.
Yes. It started with that.
And then April, you started talking back.
Yes. And then we went on to him, and he gave me his weight. Even still, like today I ate chicken. We were at the chicken right here. And I don't know what bread is. He always wanted bread and bread and bread. He asked for bread. He asked for bread. We said no to throw fit. And today, he bit my hand because I told him no, he wanted more bread. I ate chicken. So we're done. My hand. It was way earlier, but
Where are you ended?
right here. And
I don't see anymore.
Yeah.
So you were okay?
Yeah, I was fine.
This is more skin or anything like that? Okay.
And then I told him no because he wanted more bread. Because I had him sitting in the front, because I had him sitting in the back. He likes to stand up, and one time he fell out because he was standing up, I had to sit down and sit down. And
I'm going to stop it at 21 minutes and 1 second. In the background, can you see another officer?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is that?
Officer Taylor.
Okay. And who is he speaking with?
I believe he's with fucking EMS over there.
Can you see Brandon Jr.? Right here. With the blue shirt?
No, I can see now, yeah.
Okay. And so he's speaking with Brandon.
So this is the HB school?
this is actually,
The basketball?
yes, I have him in the front, because I have him in the back of the center. And so going back to,
So what do you don't do when you doesn't listen or?
we put him, we don't spank them, they don't know what the hell is. And I feel that that's why it's gotten this far, because they, I mean, there's a difference between beating a child and, disciplining a child. And I feel like this has gone so far because we don't, they don't know what discipline is, they know what timeout is, but timeout's not helping. And
As long as you have a camera here, what do you?
we watch them at night.
Oh, sure.
At night, because we have all these bots, and even last night, we just put these bots on because,
That's why we get that.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's fine. No, that's why all these bots are on, and, yeah, we're getting more for these.
So you're concerned with the launch of the camera for?
Yes.
Who does he speak with?
He speaks to them. With his brothers. Is it fine with
Thank you.
She's asking what did you eat?
Did you just hear Brandon say, Benji, she's asking, what did you eat? As he came into the frame?
I heard him say something. I didn't catch what he said.
Okay. And then, let me back up.
She's asking what did you eat?
Okay, did you hear Brandon say, Benji, she's asking, what did you eat? Did you hear that?
Yes.
And did you hear Benji respond, animal crackers?
I heard animal crackers, correct.
Okay. And so EMS is asking her, because she's the only she there, right? Y'all, besides Miranda and her sister, which it's the EMS. Do you know her name?
I don't.
I apologize. But she's asking questions about what the child is eating, correct?
Objection calls for speculation and calls for hearsay.
Your Honor, it's part of the video. You can hear her voice.
I'll overrule it only as to statements that we can hear on the video. Otherwise, the objection is sustained. But if it's been admitted into evidence through the video, I'll overrule it.
I'll just replay the video.
She's asking what did you eat?
Animal crackers? Yeah. No. That was a snack.
That was snack.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, he doesn't shut it down here,
Yeah, I see the refrigerator, the pantry, here.
He wakes up at 9 and it's always around 12 o'clock. Because they go to sleep early because they have, have to take him to school, and his school is 30 minutes away. So I
And he doesn't go to school. What's his name?
He's, which one?
Golden.
Benjamin. He should be going to school this coming
What's his
August.
last name?
Cervera. Cervera. He should be going to school August 9th. I'm hoping. I want him to get better, and I hope. I already told him.
He started in March, and
Yes.
April started talking back.
Yes, and then
Okay.
I went to him, banging his head on the ground, and I'm like, can I be doing that? If you're gonna get him, if you're gonna get hurt, just gonna hurt your head. And we talked to him, and I'm like, I got with him,
And this year, what happened?
he went to see him with the toy. And, the toy got his foot out, and it had,
And his eyes?
his eyes, he was, another eye. This eye situation,
Look up my pen. Get this over my pen.
and that's why I'm taking him tomorrow, because he's been like, I don't know.
Did you notice how he had a hard time following the pen? With his eyes?
Yeah, I guess having a hard time listening to the instructions. Great.
Or just visually seeing it?
Object, calls for speculation.
Overruled, you can answer,
When the pen moves, would you agree with me that his eyes are not tracking? Let me ask this. Do you get any special training in like HGN?
I do.
And that's horizontal gaze nystagmus?
Correct.
And y'all do that in DWI?
Object to relevance, Judge.
overruled, go ahead.
You do that in DWI investigations?
Correct.
And you're trained on kind of observing the eye and if it's tracking your stimulus, correct?
Yes.
And your stimulus being generally like a pen or a light or something?
Correct.
Okay.
Look up my pen. Get this over my pen.
And that's why I'm taking him tomorrow, because he's been like,
Did you notice that his eyes were really following the pen?
Right. I don't know whether or not he wasn't. It's the eyes, or he's just not following instructions.
Okay.
I don't know. Right now he walked fine, but he's been bumping into walls and stuff. But I want to take him tomorrow so he can get his eyes checked, because it's just been.
So she now is informing Detective Hale that she's observed the child bumping into walls, correct?
Correct.
All right. And that she needs to get his eyes checked.
Yes.
What do you think happened to his eyes?
I don't know, because this happened at night. He woke up.
When did you first notice this on his eyes?
This was like 3 days ago.
3 days ago?
And I got checked the day before, but a day.
So 3 days ago you noticed that?
Yes. He woke up that morning, and his eyes were, both of them were super swollen, and they were like, so I put ice packs on him, and they're not better. And I just noticed that, like, he has his bed.
So you said his eyes were completely swollen? Swollen shut?
Yes, like, you can see part of it, but like,
Yeah, but when you went to
all
bed,
around
were
was.
they like that?
No, they were not
So
like
this
that.
night from
Yes.
3 days ago, he goes to bed, he was fine.
Yes.
He wakes up, and his eyes are all perfect
Yeah,
shut. Were they purple already?
They were like getting purple, like it was all over my hair, like up here.
What time did you wake up that morning?
We wake up at, like around 7, almost 8-ish.
Okay.
And, I was like, did you see
When you
this?
noticed that, you put ice packs on? Alright,
Immediately.
what else did you do?
And, we just put ice packs on him, and they got,
For the last 3 days?
yes, and they were getting better. And,
Did you think about taking him to the doctor when you saw him?
yes.
Did you call the doctor that 2 days ago?
I called, that's why I didn't call the doctor, but I did call the behavioral, and I told them, like, hey, like, he looks like this, and I'll see him sooner, and they're like,
Now, the behavioral doesn't treat medical, right? It just treats like mental and stuff.
in counseling.
So who told you about the behavioral place?
I looked it up because, I'm like, something has to be wrong with him, and we can get it out, maybe, him seeing other people can get, whatever's bothering him out, because, like that, I don't know if you heard of that, but he said that when they were living with their mom.
Listen a minute. Benjamin, that's your name, right? Come here, Benjamin. Come here, Benjamin. Yeah. I'll sit you up there, you can see better, okay? So, how old are you? How old are you? Hang on, man. Huh? You're 4 years old? Wow, you can be big. So, what happened to your eyes? Huh? You punched them? What did you poked them with what? What did you poke them with? With your hands? Can you show me where the mark? Right there. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. What is your eyeball there? Your eyeballs are falling right there? Yeah. So where did you poke them at? Wait, how did you poke them at the end? How did you poke them at the end? Were they neat? So what happened to your head right here? Benjamin, look at me. Look at me. What happened to your head right here? Listen to her.
Now, did you just see Benjamin grab baby food or some type of food item?
Correct.
And you saw the EMS, female EMS, take it from him and put it back down?
Yes.
Okay, and so would you agree with me, she wasn't trying to withhold food from him at this point, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
That's sustained. Ms. Sawyers? If you guys want to approach.
Is your hand right here? Like this? What happened right there? How did you buy them? Buy that thing next to it. Okay, and this one? That's about this one. And this one? What did you do? You bit them too? Show me how you bit those. Okay. And then what happened over here? Okay. Why did you buy them? Because why? Don't look at the berries. Why you buy them? No, not right now.
It's for baby.
Why you buy them? Benjamin, why'd you buy them? Why did you bite your fingers? Real hard? And then where did you poke your eyes at? Show me where about you poked your eyes. Show me how you poke your eyes. How do you poke your eyes? How hard where? What part of your eye? At the top of your eye?
My eyeball is funny.
Did you see that purple right here? You got purple right there?
My eyes are funny right here.
Okay. You see that little mark right there? Have you looked in the mirror?
I can't see.
Go find her. Show you. You want to show me where? Is it okay later?
Oh, my sister's in there.
Come here, Benji. I'm sorry, man. See your eyes? How did they get like that? What happened? How? Where? Show me where you poked it.
Oh, my eyeballs falling right there.
Your arm was falling right there?
My eyeballs falling.
Okay, but then how did you get this purple right here? You poked them? Okay, then how'd you get this on your head? What's that? What happened right there? What happened right there? Feel it?
You see it? I can see it.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
You feel it?
Feel the bump.
What happened right there?
It's like he hit my head
On what?
on the floor.
On the floor?
Who did?
Me.
Thanks, man.
And I'm stopping it at 32 minutes. And at this time, Your Honor, I think this would be a good stopping spot.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about 12:30. We are going to go ahead and break for lunch. We are going to take a 1-hour break for lunch.
You may be seated.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Sawyers, if you'd like to continue.
Yes, thank you. At this time, I'd like to continue playing the rest of Hale's video. We left off at 32 minutes and 06 seconds, and it's going to be started at that spot.
What happened right there? You did what? How did you hurt yourself right there? Huh? How did you hurt yourself right there?
It on me. Right here. It's still
You show me where you sleep? You show me where you sleep? Where you sleep? Where, you gonna show me? Where you show me? Where is it? Oh, that one? So you pull it out? You pull it out and you sleep on it? Who sleeps in here? Nobody? Okay.
She said that conference call. And Dad said he does that. So open it.
Let's count that up to
Maybe.
Like, he took it all over.
He did say in there. He says, also heard an actual say that. To have the eyes like that. Yeah. But.
You suspect that's what the book came from when it was called out there?
Because he actually, when he was sitting there with Dad, he actually went and said that Brandon grabbed him and he showed him this. This. Well, it's not too bad. So apparently, had it walk.
You see that from that? Yeah.
I guess Brandon was.
Got called for his one chick that fell off her bike a few weeks back, and when we caught her, she was not her head. Her eyes went like that. A couple days later, she used to say thank you, and both her eyes were exactly like that. Thank you. So there's something to hang on.
Yeah. Trying to do my best to just stick to this number of why facing the more than they need to. Thanks for your help.
Are you good with that?
Yes, that's all good.
Good. What's happening on?
We'll figure it out in a minute. So y'all, probably, as she told you, the other board was streaming it. Thank you. So in case you have to call back or anything, he had mentioned EMS, one of the dad, if Brandon was in the kid, knocked him down or pushed him, hit his head, and called that phone call. So EMS believes in things.
Now, I'm stopping it at 36 minutes and 25 seconds. Is Officer Hale informing you that Brandon Jr. Pushed Benji and Benji fell and hit his head?
Yes, he's advising me of what he gathered.
Right,
Yes.
because there's two Brandons in this case, correct?
Correct.
Brandon Sr.
And Brandon Jr.
Brandon Jr. And not to be confused, at no point was there an accusation that Brandon Sr. had pushed the child into the ground or hit his head.
Correct.
You ever need something or just don't hang on me, right?
One of the teachers, when I first got here to Texas, one of the teachers thing was this, and I was like, I see the teacher once, I see the red flags, see the heads. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so I know I'm German name.
You don't have to make, but I like Germans in the area.
Yeah.
In Loudon,
another one. How do you spell Loudon?
Yeah, I'm good. Be safe. Thank you. Okay, that's what I said you came. That's it. Yeah. So, and then I was explaining the particulars of these. Everything that I explained to him when I first got him, whatever. No, you're good. He said, he's not surprised. I mean, if the kid's something wrong with him, maybe autistic or whatever, and they're setting up counseling, he's not surprised to see that kind of behavior from an autistic kid. It's very common. Yeah. And I explained to him, they have all the safety measurements in place, there's food, nobody else has, injuries and stuff like that. So he said if he could
snap photos of the apartment, how they have it, and then snap photos of the kid. But we're just gonna do info. And that's it. That way, see if he gets. I'll probably the man could be able to ask a couple of questions.
Thanks so much.
Does he? He does that?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that thing, but that's why you showed me. And it's very consistent. The teeth marks. Okay, lighting it backwards. Okay. So that's consistent with the phone is consistent with they're saying that.
Yeah, like when you see the kid, at first, like, oh shit.
Yeah, so that,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
that's why when I saw that, I said, let me do this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give them a camera.
Yeah, let them know what you're gonna, why you're taking photos of it. Just to make it stop.
Sounds good.
Stopping it at 39 minutes and fast forwarding to 48 minutes and 18 seconds. And before I start it, let me ask you, would you agree with me that you did a thorough investigation when you were called out for your welfare check?
I did my investigation that day, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. And the child was interviewed outside the presence of the parents, correct? By Detective Hale.
I wouldn't say out of the presence, but they were nearby.
And his responses, as Detective Hale and yourself both acknowledged, were consistent with the injuries y'all were observing, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm starting.
I'm trying to follow basically.
Thank you for calling, sir. Yes, of course. Like I said, these probably want to do interviews and stuff. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping it at 49 minutes and 26 seconds. Can you see Benji in the photo? Sitting at the table?
Yes.
Okay, and he has a milk,
Yes.
and he'll be eating at the table?
I believe when I came back, he was eating. Correct.
Yeah, it's good follow. You can read something to you real quick? He'll explain it to you.
It's 3031.
Enjoy some stuff. That way it comes out again. Finally, say, yeah, you guys more around it. That'd be cool. And now with I was gonna shop, but it was fine. Yeah, it's just us. Where did that? I saw that. Sorry, attractions. This is like, I got witness things that and basically the word that's sliding with it.
So examples. You just say.
Okay, and at 51:23, I'm stopping. Did you hear Benji ask his dad if he's tired?
Yes.
And what does Brandon say?
I didn't hear his response.
All right, but the child is indicating he's tired, correct?
Yes.
And the reason I'm gonna take photos is it'll help you because usually we go somewhere, there's a mess, there's some food, there's like freezes. So we want to show that your house is fine. And just I appreciate that.
You want to take a picture of
I'm gonna take this first and I'll take it. Thank you, sir.
Benji was staying there?
I think he's telling that I want to lay down.
And okay. So, would you agree at this time that Brandon's telling him that he can't go to bed, he has to wait?
I can't hear what they're saying, but at this point,
You couldn't hear that?
No, I do.
Is that where he sleeps?
Yes.
Cool, that's pretty good. I'm gonna take a picture of him, so.
Have one like that. Yeah, that hair all over it. Have the way that it looks.
Wow. Yeah. Sure. Now, I think photos here show that you all people are entertainment, food, everything. Okay? I'm gonna take a picture here. Everybody, can I take your pictures? Yeah, cool. All right, okay, we'll have them move a little bit that way. Now you stand where you standing, okay? Right there, right there. Perfect. Smile. Awesome. You smile pretty? Good. Let's see. That's a good picture. Look at that. Awesome. Can you put your hands like this for me? Show me when you bend your fingers. Right there. So put it like this. I just want to see it right there. Now the other one. One more. There you go. Man, you're good. So just one. Your hand. Okay. Now turn that way. Face that way. Okay, now look at me. Reach around like this. Something like that.
Do the muscle, man.
All right. Like this.
Strong muscle. Show your muscle.
There you go. More. There. Perfect. Now the other one. That's a big muscle. Okay. And that one. Keep turning. Again. Now to your side right there. Lean the other way. Lean that way. Turn this way.
You ready, Pop?
Lean this way a little bit. Right there. Again, going sideways like this. The other way. The other way. There you go. That's it right there.
Right. Congratulations on the happy son. An amber.
What happened right there? Right here. Look at me. Right there on your side. What happened right there? Right here.
The table scratched it.
The table scratched it.
The who?
The table scratched it. Right here.
You see, child, don't you?
Well, you said the table scratch too.
No. Zeus, I'm sorry, but you speak child, you translate for child. I speak Spanish, I translate for that.
Who scratched you?
Together.
The diaper? Oh, your diaper.
Together.
Your Paw Patrol diaper? I don't watch more diapers.
Can you roll that just a little bit? I'll pick her up a bit. Are you allergic to it or something? That would seem like it would be right spot where the diaper sits and turns around. Bend forward a little bit.
Hey,
Bend forward a little bit.
no, what kind of diapers?
They go short to shoulder. Some slogans on the seat for you. Where it goes right around.
It's not church stuff. You know, like for regeneration, right here on the east side, they help me out with diapers and stuff. And they just, yeah.
Perfect. That'll show the pattern that it looks like it's more long. Yeah, it looks consistent with it.
Well, yeah. They're, I bought those, this is one of them.
Yeah, and I'm not a doctor, sir, but if anybody ever in the future says, hey, what do you think this is consistent with that? My opinion is consistent with that. The marks on his knuckles, to me, is consistent with inviting going in. Somebody else might go, it's different, but that's my opinion.
Did you get that from me on that? Is it good?
Yes. Can you first name? Okay. Can you date birth?
October 7th, maybe.
And your phone number?
708-46.
What's your answer's last name? Cervera. With a C or an S?
C-R-V-R-A.
Cervera. And his first name?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Opposite name.
You should have a birthday. You should have a birthday?
And I'm going to stop it at 1 hour and 52 seconds. There's only 1 minute and 52 minutes left, or 52, sorry, that's all. But there's only a minute and 52 seconds left, correct? And Benjamin has left the room?
Correct.
All right, so during Hale, what we saw on Hale, you would agree with me that Brandon Sr. was cooperative, correct?
Yes.
And he didn't interrupt the child when the child was speaking, correct?
Correct.
He wasn't trying to hide any answers through interrupting him, correct?
Correct.
And he waited to let the child speak and repeat even what he said several times, correct?
He assisted. Correct.
Okay. And each time the child is asked about something, the child is able to at least communicate in his own words what his experience was, correct?
Correct.
Now, the state has admitted State's Exhibit 76. Is there a special way to get that up?
You just gotta put it in this drive.
And it'll work. Okay. And to be fair, you have only seen Benjamin on July 20th, 2021, correct?
Correct.
But you're familiar with what he looked like on July 20th, 2021.
Right.
And just to make sure I'm opening the right thing.
That's it.
Okay, I
Open
don't-
that and then it's the next folder.
Okay. They don't want to go open.
You want to go to PDF?
The
Okay.
PDF. Right there, yeah.
And, okay, I'm in the way. Would, Your Honor, can I maybe see if I can move back a little bit? Or maybe I can go to the side.
You can do what you need to.
Okay. And I want to walk through each of these photos. So the first photo number 1, can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it states that it's created on April 9th, 2021.
I'm going to object to ask and answer, Judge.
Overruled. Go ahead.
And, okay, and as you mentioned, this is their full family, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But you weren't there that day, were you?
No.
Okay. And, but all 4 kids are together,
Yes.
correct? I'm gonna ask, do I just?
Yeah, exit out and then
Okay.
the PDF should still be open.
Perfect. All right, and then I'm showing you what is photo number 2, and it says it's created on April 9th, 2021. Do you see that?
I see. Thank you. Correct.
And you see that this is a photo of Leo, Brandon Jr., and Benji, correct?
Yes.
And they're all 3 together.
Yes.
I'm showing you what is photo number 3, and it is saying that it was created on April 9th, 2021.
Yes. There's a created date and a captured date. Yes.
And this is just a photo of Benji, correct?
Yes.
And he looks happy?
In the photo, yes.
Yeah. And you would agree with me that photo number 4 was created again on 4/9/2021?
Yes.
And he's blowing bubbles, correct?
Correct.
All right. And photo number 5 was created on April 26, 2021.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, I don't know what I just said. Okay, and here it's a photo of Benji, and he's wearing a slam dunk shirt, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he's not wearing pants, he's wearing shorts, right?
Yes.
And a short sleeve shirt.
Correct.
And that's Leo right next to him?
Yes.
So he's not by himself, correct?
Correct.
Now, I'm showing you. Okay, on photo number 6, would you agree that that was from May 16th, 2021?
Yes.
And would you agree that that shows Benji at a table?
I'm going to object to ask and answer, Judge.
Overruled. It's cross-examination.
And I'm going to show you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 21. Do you recognize this photo as being similar to that table?
Yes.
Okay. And the item of clothing that Benji is wearing here, he's wearing there?
It's a blue shirt similar to that one.
Yeah. And in fact, earlier today, you had an opportunity to review that photo, correct?
The photos you presented to me, yes.
And you said that you recognized Benji in there?
Correct.
And that if you need to refresh your recollection, but that would you agree with me that photo also came from May 16th, 2021?
I'm going to object. Calls for speculation, Judge.
You can establish if he knows, Ms. Sawyers, I'll let you, but I'm going to sustain the objection as...
I don't know that it came from May 16th. You were showing me the date, and I agree with the date that you showed me. That's correct.
And every other time that you've testified to the dates,
Correct.
you've been able to read a cell right
Correct.
record? Okay. And And you reviewed this earlier today and established that the
Judge,
photo...
I object to showing the officer an item that has been marked or identified.
you have that photo?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 21A. And do you recall reviewing that report with me earlier today?
Yes.
Okay, and you would agree with me that it's a cell right report?
What do you mean?
Well, it's the same type of report that you were just reviewing on the screen.
The same photo?
Well, it's the report I'm asking about
No,
right now.
this portion of it, yes.
Yeah, and that it contains links in there to a photo, correct?
Correct.
And when I asked you to review it, you were able to review it, correct?
I was able to see the dates, yes.
And you were able to confirm that the date of that photo matched the date 5/16 of 2021, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you think you wouldn't want to mislead the jury into believing that the child was not eating, correct?
Correct.
And so it'd be important if there's evidence that shows that the child has food and is being fed.
Yes.
Did you understand we're here on a starvation case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing State Defendant's Exhibit 21 and asking for it to be admitted.
Judge, Defendant's Exhibit 21 has not been authenticated. We don't know the source of it. We don't know what the document contained in document 21A that is purported to authenticate this, where that came from, what that date that he is saying, she is saying, asking him, is that associated with? We have no understanding of where that comes from.
Can you guys approach, please?
You may be seated.
Ms. Sawyer, you may continue. Thank you.
All right, and so I'm asking that Defendant's Exhibit 21, excuse me, 19, Exhibit 21 be admitted.
Only Exhibit
Just
21?
for right now.
Defendant's Exhibit, I'm sorry, State.
No objection, Your Honor.
Defendant's Exhibit 21 is admitted.
Okay. And looking at Defendant's Exhibit 21, would you agree that it was also on May 16th, 2021? That goes along with, looks like it's the same day.
It would appear that it's the same day.
And I'm now showing you what is State's Exhibit 7. And would you agree with me that that's on May 23rd, 2021?
Correct.
And that that is a photo of the room in which Benji and Leo were staying,
Correct.
and that they both have identical beds,
Yes.
and that when we watched Hale's video, you heard why Benjamin's bed was no longer there, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and that's because he had had diarrhea and it had gotten on it.
Right.
Okay, so the two boys appear to be treated equally, correct?
Objection, calls for speculation, Judge.
Sustained.
I'm showing you what's been the photo number 8, and it is on, would you agree, June 4th, 2021?
Correct.
All right. And here, would you agree with me, it's a Benji,
Yes.
and he's standing up in a car,
Yes.
and he has a blue and white striped shirt,
Yes.
and his arms are showing, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so, there's nothing, I mean, would you agree with me that by revealing his body, everybody's able to see it who would have come into contact with Benji that day, correct?
Yes.
If he's wearing this outfit?
Correct.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 9 is also from 6/4/2021. And again, that's Benji, correct?
Yes.
Same shirt.
Yes.
Showing you what State's Exhibit 10, and it's from June 6, 2021.
Yes.
And, well, I didn't do anything differently, so I'm not sure what happened. But do you see this photo?
Yes.
And can you tell who it is from the photo?
Benjamin.
Okay. And were you there that day when this photo was taken?
No.
And can you So you have no idea what's actually happening in this photo, correct?
No.
All right. And you also don't know who else is there when this photo is taken,
Correct.
but it came from Miranda's phone?
I think that's a
Check calls for speculation.
Sustained, if he does not know that, that's sustained.
I'm not sure, but I believe that's a photo that they pulled from her phone.
That they pulled from her phone? Because that's the cell right records that you were referring to review before you testified, correct?
Correct.
And then I'm showing you it states Exhibit 11, and it's taken on June 9th, 2021.
Yes.
And you would agree that you see Miranda in the photo,
Yes.
as well as Mariah as the baby?
Yes.
And who's in the background?
Benjamin.
Okay. And photo number 12 is from, you would agree, 6/10/2021.
Yes.
And who is in the photo?
Benjamin and Mariah.
Okay, and can you tell if the baby's there? In the mirror?
I can't see from the.
You can't see from here? Okay. And then photo number 13 is from 6/17, correct?
Yes.
And it's all 4 kids together, right?
Yes.
And the older kids are wearing similar shirts.
Correct.
Someone took the time to coordinate them, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Now, on the next photo, photo number 14, June 21st, 2021, showing you that photo. And this is Benji, right?
Yes.
Okay, you weren't there when this photo was taken.
No.
And you don't know if Brandon was there when this photo was taken, correct?
Correct.
You don't know who was there when this photo was taken.
No.
And you don't know what's going on before or after this photo was taken, do you?
No.
Now, showing you what's been marked, or is indicating photo 15, and it's from, would you agree, June 25th, 2021?
Yes.
And it's a photo of Benji.
Yes.
He's sitting at a dinner table.
Correct.
And he has a drink in front of him, correct?
Right.
And it looks like a place to eat, correct?
I have.
Oh, it looks like IHOP, okay. And what, do you see the bottle in the picture? This handle right here?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a bottle, but I see the handle. Yes.
Okay. Did you see what he was drinking out of on 7/20/21 when I asked you about the milk?
Yes.
Okay. And it's similar in appearance, would you agree?
It was a red object, similar to that. Yes.
Okay. And I'm showing you photo 16 from, you would agree, July 7th, 2021.
Yes.
And now we're a few days, a difference, week or so, maybe 2, and he's again wearing that same tank top that you saw in the previous photo, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you also saw Brandon Jr. in that picture,
Yes.
correct? Now I'm showing you what's been marked as 17, photo 17, and it came from July 24th, 2021.
Yes.
And this is would you agree with me, a picture of Benji, Leo, and Miranda's sister?
Yes.
Okay. And he's smiling and happy.
He's smiling.
You see his teeth?
Correct.
Yeah. And you see photo number 18. Would you agree it came from July 26, 2021?
Yes.
And now, in this photo, you see Leo and Benji, correct?
Yes.
And they're 2 years apart?
I don't remember Leo's age.
Okay. I'll have to check. And he has on clean, new tinnies, or they appear to be pretty new?
He has some shoes. Yes.
And a nice outfit.
Object to relevance.
It goes to care and clothing.
Overruled. You can answer, sir.
Yes.
Has his hair done as well?
Yes.
And that next photo is on night number 19, July 26, 2021. And this is just Benji by himself, right?
Correct.
And this is 6 days after you saw him.
Yes.
And then number 20 is gonna, would you agree, is from July 30th, 2021?
Yes.
And it shows Benji.
Yes.
Now it looks like he has had a haircut
Yes.
since the last photo. Then photo number 21 is from July 31st, and it is, would you agree?
Yes.
And I can't enlarge it. Oh, maybe I can. Nope. Okay. And it's a Benji.
Yes.
Right? And it appears to be, from the photo, it says it's an SAISD yearbook best smile picture, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he's standing in the frame. And so this, I think, you know, what is SAISD? Is that San Antonio Independent School District?
Correct.
So it's a public forum
Yes.
that he's standing in. And he has his no sleeves on, correct?
Yes.
He has that same, or a similar shirt with stripes.
Yes.
And it's a tank top.
Yes.
And shorts.
Yes.
And different tennis shoes, correct?
Yes.
And now I'm showing you photo 22 from, would you agree, August 1st, 2021?
Yes.
Great. And here, you would agree that Benji's eating
Yes.
cake?
Yes.
Okay. Now, number 23, photo number 23 came from August 3rd, 2021. Would you agree?
Yes.
And now, can you tell what's going on in this picture?
No. Looks like you might be in a vehicle.
Okay. And what kind of shirt is he wearing?
Tank top.
Okay. And he has shoes on?
Yes.
Okay. They appear to be new-ish.
Right.
Now, we're on photo number 24, August 9th, 2021, correct?
Yes.
And this is a picture of, would you agree, Leo on the right and Benji on the left?
Yes.
Okay. And COVID's going on?
It's 2021, so I'm sure people are still wearing masks back then.
Okay. And then this is photo number 25. And would you agree it comes from August 11th, 2021?
Yes.
And in this photo, it appears, would you agree with me, that there's a diaper?
Yes.
And that Benji has put his hand in the diaper?
Yes.
And what is normally contained in diapers?
Either poop or pee.
And would, in your experience, does that look like that's poop on his hand?
It could be.
And in order to have poop, do you have to have food consumed?
Yes and no. You could also drink liquid substance, but yeah.
Okay, but you'd have to have consumed something.
Correct.
And you would agree with me from the photo, it doesn't look like it's diarrhea, correct?
I can tell.
Speculation.
That's sustained.
Now, I'm showing you what's photo number 26 from 8/14/2021. Would you agree?
Yes.
And this is a photo of Leo, Benji, and Brandon, correct?
Yes.
Brandon Jr. And they're eating at the table?
Yes.
And they're all together?
Yes.
And they all have water or a liquid to drink?
There's liquid substances on the table, yes.
And then, okay, number 27 is, now let me back up. On 26, that was at 9:51 a.m., correct?
From what it shows, I guess.
Yeah. And then underneath, it says 10:33:28 on the photo number 27?
Yes.
So from the same day. And this is Benji?
Yes.
Okay. This is the same, this is at 10:33 a.m., correct, on photo number 27? And then photo number 28 is at 10:33 as well?
Yes.
And so same time, but two different photos, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And are you familiar with filters on phones and lighting?
No.
On your iPhone, does it have ways that you can take pictures differently?
Yes.
And so you can't say whether or not someone, how they took this picture, whether a filter was used or anything like that.
No, I'm going to object to relevance, Judge. This isn't an iPhone.
You may answer.
No, I don't.
And so I'm showing you photo number 29, and it is from that same August 14th, now at 1:44 in the afternoon, correct?
Yes.
And we see Benji, and he's drinking water,
Yes, yes.
and his arms are up.
Correct.
This is August 16th now, or 2 days later, 11:55 in the morning, and for photo number 31, right?
Yes.
And who is this?
Miranda, Leo, and Benji.
Okay. And so they're all together. He's with his brother. And then we jump back, and it looks like this goes backwards in time on photo number, oh, maybe there's just one at the bottom. So I think this is a duplicate, but let's make sure. So it says,
It is
it's a duplicate?
the
Okay.
tag on its line with the tenants.
Okay, all right. So would you agree with me, well, at this point, I'm asking you to look at Defendant's Exhibit 19, and do you recognize the people in that photo?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm Defendant's Exhibit number 20. Do you recognize the people in those photos?
Yes.
And earlier today, when you reviewed the Cellbrite report, can you tell me what date the, Defendant's Exhibit 19 correlates with?
Judge, I'm going to object to my questioning because we haven't established what 21A is, but we would not object to the omission of 1920.
I think 21A was established as the Cellbrite report, but is not being offered. And Ms. Sawyers, are you seeking to admit 19 and 20?
Yes, but I'm trying to establish the dates that correlate with them.
Okay. I'll go ahead and admit 19 and 20. The state doesn't have an objection, but you can still establish, you can still question on it.
Yes, so, yes, the date here says 4/9/2021.
Okay, so on Defendant's Exhibit 19, it's in April of 2021, and then on Defendant's Exhibit 20, can you reference the Cellbrite report, and what date was that photo taken?
April 18th, 2021.
Okay. And so, at this time, Your Honor, we need to maybe how do I change it?
Between PC and source.
All right, so I'm showing you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 19. And you would agree that all three boys are together
Yes.
and they're eating food.
Yes.
And then I'm showing you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 20. And I don't know about you, it's kind of hard. Can you see that photo?
Yes.
Okay, and who is at the bottom of the photo?
Miranda.
Okay, and what are they doing?
Eating.
And everyone seems to have food in front of them, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Benji's not off by himself eating?
No.
Okay. And then showing you what's been marked as defendant's exhibit 21, as you can see there. Let me pull it down. And you would agree that this photo is what it coordinates with that other May 16th photo where Benji was sitting at the table, right?
Right.
And now, while the state didn't include it in there, there's food with him,
I'm gonna
right?
check the sidebar, Judge.
Sustained.
Move to strike.
Please refrain from the sidebar.
So, but there's food in front of Benji.
Correct.
And you haven't reviewed all of the Cellbrite, correct? So you're unaware of how many other photos might contain Benji with food, right?
Correct.
Because you've only been allowed to review the photos that the state provided to you, correct?
Yes.
Now, at this time, Your Honor, may I approach again?
Yes.
Okay, I'm showing you photos, defendants, marked Defendant's Exhibit 23 through 31. And do you recognize those from the July 20th, 2021 welfare check?
It looks like it's their living room.
And so are those accurate representations of what you saw that day?
Yes.
And I'm considering to the state and asking that 20 through 30 be admitted.
I have 23 through 31.
23 through 31, thank you, Your Honor.
Go, Judge.
And just to be clear, Ms. Sawyer, there has been no defense 22 that's been offered, correct?
That's correct, not yet.
So defense 23 through 31 inclusive are admitted will be published.
Thank you. All right, so I just need to make sure the jury is not, they're able to see it. I don't want to, there you go. Okay. So this is Defendant's Exhibit 23, and you would agree this is the living room as you walked in on July 20th, 21, unannounced.
Correct.
Okay. And this is just a Defendant's Exhibit 24. It's just a slightly different angle of that same sofa,
Yes.
correct? And everything looks clean and orderly.
Yes.
And then Defendant's Exhibit 25 is a photo, would you agree, of the kitchen, right?
Yes.
And there's a locking mechanism that's on the refrigerator right up top.
Yes.
And not just on top, but also there's a second one on the freezer portion of it.
Yes.
Okay, and both of those were unlocked.
Yes.
And then this is Defendant's Exhibit 26. And you would agree with me that things are kept in an orderly fashion.
Yes.
With the shoes, right? The
Yes.
bag. This is Defendant's Exhibit 27 of their master bedroom, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and this is a month before, almost, you will be there on August 7th, like, you're gonna be there on August 17th, 2021, correct?
Yes.
As well. And you would agree with me that at that time, there's gonna be a crib there.
I don't recall. I have to see the video.
Okay. But in any event, bed's made, right?
Yes.
But was this laundry on the bed, or do you recall?
No.
But the bed's made.
Yes.
And then Defendant's Exhibit 28, again, when y'all show up, on the July 20th, 2021, you saw that there were posters and educational posters on the wall.
Yes.
Now, showing you what has been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 31, and it's 31 here, and this is Benji, correct?
Yes.
There's a smile on his face.
Yes.
And this is a Defendant's Exhibit 30. This is a close-up of his muscle on his arm when he was asked in the video to do his muscle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then here is Defendant's Exhibit 29, and this is a close-up of his face that day, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you can see that there's no redness in his eyes, in the eyeball, correct?
Yes.
The eyeballs themselves do not appear to be damaged?
No.
Okay. And again, he's smiling.
He's smiling at the photograph.